Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hey, true crime and other stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to. I hadn't used Restream in a long time, you guys, so bear with me. I'm out. I went to use the StreamYard I've been using, and I am out of time, out of touch. I guess is the best way that I know how to say it. So I had to find an alternative. I'd be honest with y'all. Maybe I shouldn't say it while I'm using it, but I kind of don't like Restream. It's my least favorite option of all the streaming choices that I've tried, which are minimal. It's just been a long day. Today was Little Man's first day back at school, so whoop whoop. Go, little man. So I've just clicked something and I didn't mean to click it. Now I got to figure out how to unclick it. So y'all bear with me again. Old people problems. Finally, y'all, I'm ready to do a bow and a standing ovation. Everybody, give me some hearts of any color you can find. Let's do the rainbow of hearts right now for Miss Rhonda Moon. I've been missing her. Got her. Lil Deb, True Crime. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Oh, sorry, y'all. Just kind of playing around with this a little bit, trying to figure out how to fix it. I know a lot of people, I saw comments asking me to turn the chat on in the replay. If everybody will notice, I can't, I don't know. For some reason, YouTube is, I won't say they're not allowing me. I am ignorant of how to do it. How about that? So what I've been doing is I've been highlighting each and every comment on the screen as they come in. I'm just scrolling through and highlighting all the comments in the chat. Was it Lil Deb? Well, I'm glad you're in here while I'm addressing it, baby. That way you know what's going on. And I'm trying. Please know that. I am trying. I'm still learning. I'm a YouTube baby. How about that? I'm a baby in this YouTube world. But I am trying, since I can't, how to say this, since I haven't quite figured out how to do it yet, it's kind of what I'm working with, and I apologize, and Restream is harder for me. So we just gonna jump right in, babies with both feet. Welcome to State of Confusion, Little Deb, True Crime and Other Stuff, Miss Rhonda Moon. Let's see. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Yes, removed from the list. Okay, it won't let me. I don't know what lower there. See, I'm so confused about some things. Okay. Alrighty, let's see if I can get back now where I need to be. Okay. I'm trying. I'm surviving, Rhonda. It's been kind of rough. You missed about 4 live streams that I've done. I've maxed out my ability to live stream for the month on StreamYard, so I'm gonna have to do restream for right now. Welcome, Miss Lisa. So real quick, I'm gonna pull up. I've got a few things already queued up. I know some of you are, some of you aren't watching the Young Thug trial, and no judgment here. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Well, all right, Miss Rhonda. Well, I got in here as early as I could. I tried to be here at 7 today, and the powers that be said, no, ma'am, not going to happen, Captain. I do apologize. Between the last 3 days, somebody keeps unhooking my dog, and I know she don't have thumbs, okay? You got to pull the thing down and pull it off. It's not just something that she can wind up and pop off, if that makes sense. Anyway, same time of day and everything, and they did, of course, they did again today. And I had to go chase her, and then to keep it 1,000,000,000% real, today was little man's first. Okay, something is so not right here. Okay, found it. Today is little man's first day back at school, and I kind of did not expect the call that I got from him and his mama right up before I was trying to go live. And he wanted to get on the phone and tell me about his teacher and his day at school. And I hope nobody takes offense, but I couldn't tell him no. And I don't say that to upset anybody or make anybody mad or feel any type of way or hurt anybody's feelings. True crime, I know exactly what you mean. Before I get started and we look into what I wanted to show you about Thug's case today, it's a real short part. Then we're going to get into, and I have to be really careful how I word what I'm about to word about what we're going to be looking at and talking about today. I'm going to put, look in the community tab section. I'm going to put a link to a video. It's a lady named Melanie King, and she rewatches everybody else's stuff and comments on it. Kind of irks me a little bit that she's able to monetize and get money by using other people's content consistently and not have any original content of her own on her channel. But she did bring awareness to something. There's a whole genre on YouTube that's cartoons. Some of them are marked 13 and up. Some of them are marked 18 and up. But when you just search, I think it's Dub Cartoons or something like that, DUB, and what I understood that was supposed to mean with the little bit of research that I've been able to do since yesterday is it's not the original, like My Little Pony, or the original version of whatever. It's somebody else came behind them, drew it a little bit differently, and made cartoons. These cartoons are so explicit that they should be on Pornhub, okay? Real stuff. And I worry about it, and I look at stuff like that in a way I didn't used to 10, 15 years ago. First person to admit it. Simply because a little man. That's what made me even think about telling y'all that. And that being said, we are steady over here. People in the true crime community, people in the celebrity community, the vlogging atmosphere, all the different genres of YouTube are steadily getting demonetized. She showed it and talked about it and was demonetized in the video for the explicitness and the nudity. But that channel that's showing the content, the actual channel that produced it and that's putting it out there, it's not demonetized for them. They're getting paid. And all I know to do is I'm going to post a link. I want y'all to go watch what I'm talking about at a later time. I'm not going to show it on my channel. I can't afford to. But I will post a link so you can go watch it. And the reason that I say that is she gives information on how to report it to YouTube. And I think it needs to be reported. Because in my opinion, I do agree with this lady on this. The way that it is, agreed, Rhonda Moon, the way that it's worded and marketed is to our children and our grandchildren. And I just feel like you got to stand for something where you're going to fall for everything. And I know that's a country song, but darn it if it ain't right. Right now, this country is falling into a shambles, in my personal opinion. And a lot of it's because we don't open our darn mouths and speak. A lot of people are afraid, cancel culture prevails. And there's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of people with money and power that can squash you, that can squash you like a bug. You'll be me. Wondering where your next meal's coming from, and it can be that way. It can be that way. It's even seeing karma work on somebody who actively tried to tear you down. Personally, I don't get joy from that. I would get more joy from seeing the Lord touch that person's heart and them change their life for the better and make the world a better place. Just to be honest with you guys, I'd rather that. Anybody that's interested, my email address and the PayPal CashApp thing is all across the bottom of the screen. There in the description box is the about section. That you have something you want me to talk about, look into, whatever, please email me about it. Please reach out to me through that or one of the other social media platforms. All the links are on the channel homepage in the about section. And you're more than welcome to reach out. I try to check email and I section off at least 2 days a week to respond to all incoming emails. There is a couple things through email that I am looking at and talking to two separate creators about and looking into, all of us. This article that sent me down this rabbit hole about the trafficking in the middle Tennessee, and I'm going to, a lot of people's going to be like, that's not Hawkins County, that's not Washington County. Let me explain something. If you read these articles, you begin to see patterns in which the task force and the TBI have moved. And it's really, I'm trying to think of the proper word I want to use, you guys. We'll just say interesting. To me, to see the patterns that have developed in the sting operations and bust in trafficking of persons and babies, and I say babies, of little ones in the Tennessee area. and to find out where they rank in the U.S., especially considering that Ronnie told us there's not a problem. I'm sorry, but let's also remember, how many times have we heard Knoxville and Nashville mentioned by the Dawn and the Candace? Then we go, we make every dollar we can out for the situation as the parents, and we quietly, 2.5 years later, sign away our rights. I'm just saying. Just thoughts. These are just my thoughts and opinions I'm rambling on about right now. I do. How do I say this? I do want to say real quick. I'm trying to connect us right now to it actually while I'm talking. Short video that I want us to look at about Young Thug's case real quick. Also, for those of you that were here for the last live stream that I did, we went over the Kylie Rodney report. I got a question. Why did that come out now? And though that I do believe Ryan had some great points, and I believe that he went way too far and to another level, there are some notations, some things that were in that report and redacted, and some information, especially the disclaimer that had to do with foreign nationals. I'm wondering something, and this is just a question to be put out there. We saw some people inserted in the situation, and I know factually it has been proven in other circumstances and instances not associated with Kylie Rodney. Let me state that emphatically. What I'm about to say was not directly with Kylie Rodney's case. It was in other instances. There are instances where state and federal authorities may have certain YouTubers that are actually representative of government entities, but not presenting themselves as so, to skew information and make the public hear and see things in the light they want. I'm trying to think how to say this. In the light that they want it seen in. For various reasons. Maybe because there's a covert operation going on, and they don't want to blow it up until they're ready. And safety issues. I have seen that. But I'm wondering, and I don't think I've heard anybody else say this. One question for you guys that I have about the paperwork we went over and certain happenings in Kylie's case. And my question is, especially in that the unclassified report by the FBI. First of all, that's an awful long ass report for a simple drunk driving drowning. And an awful lot of redacted information in an unclassified report for just a simple drunk driving drowning, in my personal opinion. See if y'all, I'm still trying to figure, maybe this will work. Y'all pray I did this right. Okay, maybe I got to do that. Okay. I am trying. Well, I hit it. Was it not? Oh, y'all, I got to figure out how to work it. Just please bear with me. There we go. I think I can. I think I can. I just feel like there was a lot of redacted information. Now, here's what I'm wondering. It wasn't, there's a government agency's child here, blah, blah. What it did seem like, was there possibly the child of a foreign national in attendance at that party? Or a member of a family that has basically immunity? If you guys know what I mean when I say immunity, a certain type of immunity because they're not from our country. You know, whether they're an ambassador, and I don't want to name a country because that'll seem, you know, I have no idea. I have no idea. Any country other than the United States. That's what I'm basically saying, okay? Period. What I'm talking about is the FBI unredacted documents that we went over, and the portion speaking about foreign nationals and how they're governed and what is covered within the report. Everything I can find that is not standardized for an FBI report on a drunken driving drowning. That the whole reason the FBI was investigating in the first place was because at first there was a thought that there had been a kidnapping and there may be or may not be a ransom asked for. That's the official understanding that I have, okay? Real stuff. Annette, I agree. And you did a great job. A great job of spelling that without spelling that. Thank you. I feel there's something. There's definitely something. If y'all notice, the banner ticking across the bottom says all things shown and expressed in all formats are strictly the thoughts and opinions of this channel to be taken and used for entertainment purposes only. I want to say disclaimer, disclaimer. That's legal jargon that I have to state every so often. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. Like I said, also, and I'm going to announce this again, if people drag me through the dirt, so be it. I have been taking the free classes from the lead attorney. If you guys don't know who he is, I got a free membership to his channel for the month because I was in a chat and commented and somebody bought 50 free memberships, and I'm very thankful, and I put it to use to be able to do members only content and take some of his free classes and ask questions and get direct information from him in YouTube land and how to work certain things. And one thing he told me that he has found helpful was number one, he does highlight his career. Now, understand, everybody's like, oh, he's a lawyer. That's why he's getting paid. He was a family law attorney. He's doing criminal law on YouTube. Let me say that. Also, I'm a certified paralegal. I do the case research, case precedent, memorandums of law, help. When you see an attorney in court and that judge says, give me that statute, give me that law that applies to what you're arguing, the paralegal gave them that law. The paralegal gave them that basis in law for the argument. Generally, they like appellate court rulings and Supreme Court rulings. But the state that you're in, if it's a state case, general statutes will do just fine, as long as there's not been a ruling overturning those. I'll never forget, to get my paralegal certification, mine was on, we'll call it James Barber Shop and Salon. Somebody had a chemical process put in their hair, and they had color that they had put from, like, one of them box colors at Wally World or Dollar General or somewhere like that they bought off the shelf. Not at a hair supply store even. They did not tell the hair salon personnel that did their job that they had that color put in, and they were asked. This hair salon was smart. They had a little questionnaire on paper that the person checked off and signed anytime that a chemical process was being done. Anybody out there that does a home business like that or whatever, that's using any chemicals, especially that could come into contact with any person's skin, in my personal opinion, this is not legal advice. Adamantly, this is not legal advice. In my personal opinion, that's the smartest thing you can do. Get it signed, dated, and witnessed. That you ask specific questions. Have you had this process or that process or whatever? Reason being, the case that we had to argue, and I was giving one side of, co-workers giving another. By the way, whoop whoop, this heifer made 103 on her memorandum of law. So y'all can, in the words of wrestler, one of them, y'all can suck it. Because that's not easy to do when you're doing a 38-page brief. That being said, I used previous case precedent in that same district to argue my case in my memorandum of law that I wrote for my attorney to argue, I should say. Anyway, long story short, the lady didn't tell that she'd had a chemical process done within the last 72 hours prior to getting a perm in her hair. The perm fried her hair, fell out. She's almost bald. She sued the salon. The salon won. In my case, where I argued that because they had that paper and they had a witness and they had her signature and they had the date on it, and her checking the box and initialing that she had not had any chemical process in the last 5 days, that absolved them of all liability. Girl, Annette, you ain't kidding. Don't do no patch test, because if that patch test leaves a blister, a sore, a scar, a loss of any type of hair, you going to the courthouse. Real talk. It's just, we are in a litigious society now. I don't know how else to put it. And it sucks in a lot of ways. And my personal opinion, again, this is not legal advice. I am not a lawyer. My personal opinion is consult an attorney if at all possible in all cases. Put anything and everything you can in writing. And always, you sign it, they sign it, and a witness signs it. Whether it's notarized and filed at the courthouse, you do have documentation, and it depends state to state, sometimes even city and county to county. I only tell you guys about that because that's why people's like, why are you into court cases? Why do you want to watch this? Why does it matter? First of all, it shouldn't matter to all of us when our civil rights and our Bill of Rights are under attack. When right now, it ain't in the Young Thug case, in my personal opinion, right now, it ain't even about guilt or innocence. It's about the dirty tactics that the state of Georgia is using to railroad, in my opinion, these gentlemen. If they're guilty and you got the evidence enough to bring a case against 26 people as all of them being co-defendants in a RICO case, which is easier to prove than the actual instances of individual crimes that you're stacking together, there's no reason that you should have to resort to purposely withholding information until the last minute and dumping it on the defense, or sending 2 and 3 terabytes of information at a time to dump on them, hoping that they can't get through it and figure it out and they'll make a mistake that'll give you a loophole. Or to where you just outright, they've used, I can't think of the term, instead of saying telling a fib or lying, improper statement or improper this. Today was the first time, and yeah, it's dirty, and I'm hoping this clip shows the one part at the end that I want y'all to see, because this prosecutor Hilton gets up here and she winds this witness up to where he's ready to jump up out of his seat, pace around beside the stand, and be mad as hell. And she does it. And as soon as she gets him to that point that she wants him at, she's done with her questioning that's lasted a couple weeks and ready for the defense to have to deal with him in a pissy mood where they can't get a straight, real answer out of him. Because we've seen this from this witness previously. And what's really crappy, in my opinion, is that this witness, Mr. Copeland, aka Lil Woody, is the state's star witness. He's the linchpin for their case. Exactly, Annette. Freaking awesome. I'm highlighting everybody's that I'm getting to Annette's comment right now. True crime said they were doing that in the Idaho 4 case, and Annette says, car salesmen do that. Give form and keep distracting you from the details. And that's an excellent analogy, I think. That being said, they also, I want it to be clear. This guy has stated, I told the cops whatever. Hold on. What? Sorry, you guys. I just got a text from a friend. And, okay, I'm just going to say this. A lot of people think, I live in the country. I live in Podunk. Honey, it's getting as bad as a large city like Charlotte or New York. Silver Creek here is a little hometown restaurant, kind of like a McDonald's, Arby's, Burger King type, fast food type restaurant, but a home cooked fast food, if you understand what I mean. Like sometimes they have cornbread and pintos and collard greens and fried chicken, or chicken fried steak with gravy and stuff. God, I'm making myself hungry. Long story short, allegedly someone tried to grape a female in the bathroom there in broad daylight in front of God and everybody. And I just got a text about it from my friend who is working on her PhD in criminal justice and specializing, this is going to sound awful, she specializes in serial unalivers and profiling of them. That's her, specialty. And I do often consult her on some stuff. She's been a great wealth of knowledge as far as how certain things were adjudicated, the history of certain stuff, and how our government handles things, what's procedure. Special of the day, right on the net. But I just, wow. Y'all, I'm answering her back real quick. Okay. Never go with the shoot. No, no. That is actually not true there. Now I don't know. I don't know that I'd order it at closing time, but I'm gonna keep it a band with you. On the days that they got the chicken fried steak and gravy and oh, you talking about for car sales, okay? Because that stuff is banging. Okay, I want to show this video real quick. I'm going to mute myself and put it on the screen and play. I just want you guys to see how the prosecutor that's questioning this young man, I want y'all to look at what I term as a shit-eating grin when she sits down and knows that she's got him where she wanted him for the defense. Now, I'm not downing them for this. I'm telling y'all, in my opinion, it's strategy. What's up, Miss Carrie? Welcome. In my opinion, it's strategy and borderline bad behavior. But it's better than just telling out and outright fibs, which they have done. I promise y'all they have. Anybody that's been following the case has seen the judge that had to be recused for, in my opinion, bias, and the current judge both have called the prosecution out for it. And Miss Love is not well liked. I'm just going to tell you. She don't play well. Hilton is the one with the longer hair that you'll see braided up into a bun. Miss Love is the one with the short, kind of boxy, tapered cut. Some of y'all hairstylists is going to correct me, and it's okay. That being said, I'm trying to get everybody highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and add this, mute myself, and hit play.
Okay. Mr. Copeland, isn't it true that you're supposed to be testifying under an immunity agreement?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't have a clue about none of this stuff. I told y'all from the start, y'all to put me in here. Like, I don't comprehend. I done told y'all that time after time. I don't know what the immunity agreement is. I don't have a clue. Like, I'm up under so much pressure. Like, man, I don't know. I don't even know how to answer y'all question because I don't know what type. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to be.
Y'all see that he's getting frustrated and angry.
And I told y'all when I was talking.
Oh, Alex Murdaugh was getting ready to have a retrial.
Putting up on here telling me that I got to be truthful when I'm telling y'all. Man, I don't know. Man, I'm afraid for my life. Every time y'all call me here, I think y'all finna take my life, take my freedom. And at this point, I can't call on nobody for help. I don't know what's going on.
Notice he says he's worried about taking his life and his freedom. I want y'all to hear where he talks about being deprived of food and water.
Were you told that anything that you testified to in court could not be used against you?
What you mean?
Before you took the stand, were you told by myself, Ms. Love, anyone sitting at this table, that anything you testified to could not be used against you?
Anything I testified to can't be used against me?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
And matter of fact, last week, didn't you ask the judge? You turned around and you asked her, nothing I said could be used against me, right?
Okay.
Okay. And is it true that under this immunity agreement, you were told that you could be charged with perjury?
You say I could be charged with who?
Perjury.
I don't even know what perjury is.
Okay. Were you told also in this immunity agreement that you could be charged if you committed false swearing?
I was told, I asked specifically so I can understand. I asked you, I said, what happened?
Just real quick, one, to comply so I don't get struck. This is Channel 11 Live News. This is a shared courtroom camera that is for the public. I say that because the judge has made that clear that it's called the courtroom pool. This trial, Lil Dev, is in Fulton County, Georgia. Exactly in that. Just wait, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we're going to have round 2 to ding, ding, ding on the Murdaugh case, and I'm going to keep it a band. They ain't nobody to blame but the lady that no longer has her position, in my personal opinion. Period. You're welcome, Lil Dev. I keep forgetting there's quite a few people that, haven't been following this case. We all need to pay attention because this gentleman, and I made a short where he did an interview about it, and where it was being argued in front of this judge right here while the jury was out. He claims that on Friday, I want to give y'all the right date. On Friday, June the 7th, he was taken into custody for taking the 5th after he was given immunity. Okay? Just a quick backstory. He was in jail Friday night, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Friday night, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And they came and got him Monday morning around 8 a.m.-ish, give or take 30 minutes either way, okay? He claims, and you're going to hear him say that on the stand here in just a moment. He claims that he was denied food, water, communications with the outside world, including his appointed or chosen legal counsel. He was transferred to another county jail. His legal counsel was not able to get in touch with him and find out where he was. They were denied the ability to speak to him on that weekend. And what I find most egregious and horrific is, how do you deny somebody food and water? He literally said in the interview that they put him in a cell that stunk, that had a non-working sink and toilet, that was stuffed to the hilt with feces. They wouldn't give him cleaning products. They refused to allow him to be on the phone. And when they moved him to that cell was after he was using the free 1-minute calls and contacting people and getting money put on his books so that he could have contact with the outside world. So they moved him from Fulton to Cobb County. Now that's what he says. The judge said in that argument and in that short that I'm speaking of that I uploaded, that if you hadn't seen, go check it out. It's called Is This Really America? That she doesn't know that it occurred. She hadn't heard it. Well, guess what? She's about to hear it, and she's still not going to react. Yes, Lil Dev. In my opinion, his constitutional rights were violated, and he was violated. How many of y'all knew? Let's ask this question for the chat real quick. Please let me know. How many of y'all knew that you could have your Fifth Amendment right taken from you and be forced to testify against your will or imprisoned until the end of the trial? First, he was threatened with the end of about 3 or 4 or more trials, because there's 26 defendants and there's several severed cases. That was the first threat, or the second threat. This judge overturned that, said that it was erroneous legal advice that was given to him, and that he could be held in contempt for failure to comply with the use immunity. Use immunity means there's blanket immunity, there's use immunity. Let me specifically say this. No federal entity or agent signed off on his immunity. This is a state of Georgia case. Please understand what I'm saying. The state of Georgia and Fulton County, I'm not even willing to say the entire state of Georgia at this point. Fulton County cannot bring a case against him based on any information that he testifies on the stand. They have to have outside independent information. That's what use immunity means. Based on who signed it and how it was filed, multiple attorneys in the criminal atmosphere in several different states and countries all agree that it does not cover federal charges. And we all know the feds is watching. If y'all think the feds ain't watching this RICO case, then I'll eat somebody's big toenail off. Now, whether they bring it or not, I don't know. I wouldn't pick this pile of horse shit up and take it nowhere for all the money in the world as a paralegal, an attorney, or unless I was anything other than a composter. Yeah, Annette, they do. They seem to be making their own rules. Real talk. Because also, Fulton County is the one that's doing the Donald Trump RICO case simultaneously. Matter of fact, as I understand, some of these gentlemen were, in the cell that Trump had to hit for a hot second and hop out. So those of you that thinks because it's a rapper or has to do with the music industry that it's not our concern. If you're interested in the Trump RICO case, this case should interest you. Same county, same district attorney's office, same BS charges, same throw everything in the pot like you're making a goulash and hope that somebody likes it and thinks it's something that you actually created and not a bunch of leftovers and whatever you had in the cabinet to throw together. That's honestly how it's playing out and looks to the world. It's a freaking embarrassment. Georgia, the state of Georgia, every person that's paid a penny in taxes in Georgia should be mad as hell right now. This is the more expensive than the Trump case. The most expensive case ever tried. And the longest case ever tried in the state of Georgia. Well, on this one, they're not making money in that. With what they're having to pay for these litigators on the state side, for the special witnesses, what they're spending in subpoenas, what they're spending on jailing and housing. Let me tell y'all something. If Young Thug gets convicted of everything he's charged with right now, today, the longest that he would stay in jail right now is 2 months. By the time this court case is finished, he will have served more than what he would have if he was convicted. Let that marinate for a second. Because based on percentages and what's there, he would serve like 2.5 years. He's already been in jail over 2.5 years. Now, let me say this to you also, because I've done my research, I promise y'all, on this. While we're talking about the corrupt music industry, I agree with you. But let me ask you a question. part of the overt corrupt acts that Thug has supposedly committed as part of the RICO and the collusion and all this are as the head of the YSL music label, independent music label that he's the head of, allegedly, according to the state of Georgia. It's my understanding, my interpretation, my opinion. According to all that, him recommending, not paying for or providing, but recommending an attorney is to some of his friends and family members is part of his overt criminal RICO acts. Rhonda's speaking about the Murdaugh case. I highlighted her comment. That is the Murdaugh case. The speedy trial, Miss Justice, means when the trial commences, not when it finishes, and that part sucks butt. And I thank you for that question. That was an excellent question. What I think is real important, and a point I want to put out, I really believe that the 90% of what the RICO portion of the case, at least, that these gentlemen are being charged with, the organized crime portion, is nothing more than marketing strategies employed by the music labels. I just told y'all that Young Thug, aka Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, whatever you want to say it, part of the overt acts that he's charged with is they won't allow them to renegotiate bail. The attorneys, after the judge is recused and the third judge recommended to be put in his place, took Miss Whitaker, that's there now, took her place on the bench. They asked, and basically they were told that not enough or nothing had changed in circumstances to allow revisiting bail for any of them. Now there's some, listen, I'm specifically talking about Thug and about 4 of his co-defendants. Out of the 26, there are some that are there under different circumstances and cases. A lot of them have nothing to do with this case. Personally, and broadly, they're not allowed to even speak about it in the courtroom because it's a total separate case. Okay? Agreed, Rhonda. That's where I'm at. I'm with you. It's cool, Miss Justice. That's why we're here, to share our knowledge with each other, in my opinion, and to talk it out, Here's my thing. So as the head of the YSL music label, Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, recommends, hey, you need an attorney, you call this attorney. Not I'm going to pay for it. None of that. I'll contact them before you get them to talk to you. You'll have to figure it out from there on your own. How to get them to take your case, whatever, right? Okay. Now, here's my question. So, when are we going to see the larger music labels, and I'm blank right now on the name, Universal? When we going to see the head of Universal up on RICO charges because they're paying for Jeffrey Williams' attorney, because they actually, YSL is a subsidiary company that's owned by them, or for P. Diddy, because Universal's Love Records and Big and Bad Boy and all that falls under their umbrella. So the money that they get to run those companies, those record labels, and to fund the attorney's fees or whatever is coming from that. So that means that Universal's a gang and that they're committing overt acts, right? I mean, in the way the state of Georgia is prosecuting this case. Exactly. I mean, let's keep it a band. I'm not trying. I'm trying to look at it legally. We can't even get to guilt and innocence because, in my opinion, the state screwed this case up so bad. And they do not want a mistrial because, one, it'll be a mistrial with prejudice, which means charges can't be brought again. Two, even if they get it without prejudice, 85% minimum of the persons that they made plea bargains with to get them to plead guilty, those plea bargains will expire before they can get back to trial, which means they can't force them without giving them the same immunity that they're giving this guy and doing the same way and removing our Fifth Amendment right. And this is what they told him. Oh, no, we're not taking away your Fifth Amendment right. You can still plead the Fifth. You'll just go to jail for doing it. Don't believe me? He's about to tell you right here. Let's listen.
Would y'all lock me up? Y'all told me two things I go to jail for. If I plead the Fifth, and if I say that I had committed a crime that I didn't do.
Okay.
So I don't know what perjury means. I don't know. I mean, I'm afraid for my life.
What did he just say? Two things you told me I'd go to jail for. If I plead the Fifth, or I say I was involved in the unaliving of Donovan Thomas, which he already pulled a TI when the state was questioning him last week before last, when he said that his deceased friend, street name Threat, that just recently during this trial was unalived in an unsolved pew-pew situation after an argument outside of his home with someone unidentified. When I say he pulled the TI, TI's famous for saying that he didn't snitch, because he told the truth about his deceased cousin and that he asked his cousin and his cousin gave permission. So I'm guessing that there was a seance or some kind of prayer. I don't know. How do you ask a deceased person permission to pin a crime on them? I don't know. But that's why I say he pulled a TI. And I think it's appropriate since both are from Georgia. Georgia. Can't start singing that too. I'll get hit by Jamie Foxx. But anyway, and Ray. Anyway, this gets my gears grinding because this is my passion. This is what I went to school for. If I had to become a mom, I had a scholarship. I was going to UNC Chapel Hill, and I intended to go to law school there. That was my goal. So, yeah, it gets my gears grinding. It does interest me. And I think we're a unique country that has a Bill of Rights. And what do the people that we voted to office, our Congress, our senators, our mayors, our president, our vice president, every single one of them, what do? They ratify our Constitution by passing amendments to get around. But here's the bottom line. No law can be passed and enforced that violates our constitutional right. Understand that. Everybody knows about freedom of speech. Everybody knows about the right to bear arms. But there's also the right not to incriminate yourself. That's the Fifth. There's also the Sixth Amendment, I believe, is the one that when you're defending in a case, anything that is pertinent to your defense cannot be hidden from you. And that's what I have a problem with occurring in this case. Just like the ex parte meeting that was attempted to be hidden, and the one before that. may not infringe upon. Thank you, Annette. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's so much stuff. Look, I'm not a gang expert, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've had a lot of people come at me and say that I have no right to discuss this case. I don't know anything about the culture and this, that, and the third. Really? So for those of you that do know anything about the culture, let me tell you why that I can tell you some of the terminology that they're trying to say is gang slang, and going with the red crew, that's the, bleeding hearts. We'll call the red crew the hearts, and we'll call the blue crew the spades, okay? And I'm talking about gang. Gang, 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 gang. Not CashApp gang, gang, but just gang, gang. I know what I know because my ex that I had to be protected from, that I am a survivor of the situation from, was labeled as one of the top 3 on the East Coast in the hearts, specifically bounty hunters. And I was considered what is called a ruby during that time frame. If you know, you know. I can't say a lot more about it. I really can't. I really can't. So when I see certain stuff being said by the prosecutors, I might laugh out loud because they sound ignorant as hell. Most of these boys that's on this trial would get drugged and beat down because they're false flagging. Period. Period. And so is Birdman. I'm going to put it out there. People can come at me if you want to. But go back and look at the early days when Cash Money first started from the NOLA. Think I don't know my history. He was repping the Blue Spades team. He wasn't repping the Red Hearts team. I've seen him both. And when it comes to the Fulton County DA, they've harped on the Little Wayne bus shooting. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of something real quick about that. Considering that Little Wayne during that time was suing Birdman for about 50 mil, I kind of think that Birdman might have had more of a motive to shoot at the bus than anybody. Especially since then, Wayne himself has come out and said that he had an album about to drop. Thug had an album about to drop. And their little squabble right before Thug was performing in Wayne's hometown and Wayne was performing in Thug's hometown was what? Marketing strategy to drum up business for the concerts and the shows because it was raining in Atlanta and because their albums were about to drop. Jeez Louise. If it ain't marketing strategy, they wouldn't make the song where it substitutes a B for a C and then make another version of the song where it substitutes a C for a B. Right on, True Crime. Thank you. I want to highlight that because that's really, really, really important in this case. Yes, very good. The record labels, that's what they do. That's their job. And they're going to play it up. And they don't want to reveal that in this court case that's televised for the nation because it's going to screw up their coffers. Now, I'm not talking about drill rap. That's a whole different ball game, and I don't know a whole lot about that. I've been looking at the Julio Folio case and stuff, and I'm telling you some. Let me ask y'all something. I'm going to put this in perspective for our age group. This would be like if Tupac and Biggie was still here, having Tupac or Biggie on trial for a RICO case for Hit 'Em Up and Juicy and the lyrics that were in there. Can y'all imagine? Just give me, I can't either. I'm with you. I'm with you, True Crime. Oh, I'm with you. Trust me. I'm an old school. I never thought I'd be saying that I'm an old head, but I'm an old head. Right, Annette. The groupies don't know any better. I gotta highlight what True Crime said too. But can y'all imagine a jury? Now, I gotta take y'all back in time. We in our 20s, mid-20s, early 30s, somewhere in that range. And think of your mama and daddy and your grandmama and grandpa being part of a jury where Tupac's on trial for Biggie's unaliving, and it's part of a RICO case. Okay? Oh, J.R. Nana Boomer, I know what you're talking about, baby. I'm trying to put it in perspective so that those of us in my age range that aren't up on it, kind of get it. Can you imagine if Tupac's video for Hit 'Em Up and lyrics were able to be used against him in a court of law? If you and the click you claim. That's the first words of the song. That's all I'm saying to you. Can we just let that marinate for just a second? Just a second. I'm with you, Chikar. But I just want to know if that makes sense. Can y'all imagine what our parents and grandparents would have thought about those lyrics? Because the people that I understand right now that make up this jury aren't even our generation. My generation. I am 52, about to be 53. Don't got a problem in the world saying it. Because, baby, I look better than a lot of 38-year-olds around here. I don't look like I run through a chigger patch. And I don't look like I'm part of the, Walking Dead gang. I don't got the panda eyes and all that crap. But anyway, real talk. Imagine someone between the ages currently of 60 and 70 years old, 58 and above, and hearing lyrics worse than Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. I pumped 50 rounds into his Tahoe, left nobody standing and took his hoe. That's the stuff they're playing. That's the state's evidence in this case, you guys. And social media posts. If the state of Georgia was prosecuting the disappearance of specific missing children, in my mind, certain social media posts would already have put them under the jail in this district attorney's court. And by the way, they're even taking social media posts that's been reposted on Twitter and X hundreds of times and then reposted again through an app called WizApp. That's what I'm saying. true crime. The song hit them up. Exactly. I'm just, to me, it's a disgrace, and it just shows where our justice system is today. I just want y'all to see the last little bit of this real quick, where he gets all riled up. But I may have to pause, for transformative nature. Bear with me. Yes, little Dev, they are absolutely. Listen, the lyrics ain't saying, I went and busted a nut upside his head, put 50 rounds of lead in his bed. It ain't saying that. Nobody's name gets mentioned. Like, it's like we cut the head off the snake, put him in the, I mean, they're even wanting the comments on Twitter and Instagram posts to come in as evidence. And I think that's crap, because that you can't, how user number 3R5 BR239A, how you gonna bring them in and question them on the stand? They're already allowing a phone conversation that was heard that the guy, and they're saying it's a co-conspirator statement. But he says that Nichols told Rail, who told him, that Sally said this. It's 4 layers of hearsay that's coming in as evidence. I know, right? True crime. I feel like you have to talk in code, All right, Miss. Everybody, tell Miss Annette bye real quick, y'all. She's got to go to bed, and I understand. If I didn't suffer from insomnia so bad, I have to sleep whenever I can. I know it may sound crazy. Exactly, and that's the idea, J.R. Nana. Their lyrics appeal to their target audience. They don't want Miss Love. That's the lady you can see in the little houndstooth chick with the short hair. Mr. Atkins is the gentleman to her right, and Miss Hilton's the one asking the questions. They didn't write the songs for them, probably. Oh, no, nothing is private on the internet. You got that right. If you put it out there, it's going to be out there. All right, I'm going to mute and let the rest of this play real quick.
My life, and I told y'all that. I told my lawyer, I tell it to the judge, I tell it to everybody. Y'all got me up here. I don't know what's going on. And like I said, for the crimes that y'all charged me with, I went to jail. I did all my time for it. Y'all still bring me in here. I feel like I'm on trial at this point. I'm going to jail because I don't know. Y'all got me up here asking me questions. I don't know how to answer these questions. Y'all want me to be a witness to something I don't know nothing about.
Isn't true that even with the immunity agreement, you did not want to testify?
Can you explain that?
Sure. Even when you were given immunity, you did not want to testify.
I still don't want to testify.
And isn't it true that you feel?
Okay, that was stupid of her, in my opinion. I got to stop for a second. Transformative content. It's for educational purposes. I'm trying to point out certain things that are strategy, certain things that I feel are wrong, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, long story short, oh gosh, here we go again, hitting the wrong thing. Sorry, y'all. Long story short, he flat out said he didn't want to. J.R. Nana, I went over that earlier, and I'll touch it again real quick. He took the 5th. They gave him use immunity and threw him in jail on June the 7th through June the 10th. And allegedly, according to what he's about to tell y'all, didn't feed him, didn't give him no water, and didn't allow him contact with his legal representation, family members, or anyone else for that time period. For contempt of court, for refusing to testify, even though he took the 5th, they gave him immunity. And when you have immunity in the state of Georgia, You're not allowed to take the fifth. So Georgia has made a law that I feel should be challenged. I feel it should be challenged, and I wish I had the ability to do so. I think it should go before the Supreme Court because it's in direct violation of our rights that were adjudicated to us and ratified when this country was established. It is a direct violation of our constitutional rights to make someone testify when they might be incriminating themselves. And understand, no federal authorities signed that immunity. So maybe, and there's still some argument to be said, maybe he's protected by the state of Georgia, but he's definitely not federally protected by that immunity, in my opinion. And there is some argument that it really will only cover him within the county of Fulton County, where the agreement was ratified and signed and who's doing the prosecution, etc., etc. J.R. Nana said, and I want to address this real quick. J.R. Nana said, you have to say the truth. Anything new gets you in trouble. I know this stuff, but my brain ain't with it like it used to be. That's what I thought too, but not what they told him in the ex parte private meeting that the defense wasn't allowed to attend. What they actually told Woody was that they would just impeach him and say basically they're gonna say he had a memory problem, blah blah blah, because the most recent of any of these interviews where he made all these claims were 2015. I mean, heck, I can't remember what I ate 2 days ago or what I did 2 days ago unless it was something real important, or I don't go anywhere like now. I don't hardly get out of the house, so it might stand out. But somebody that's out and about in the street doing thug things, street stuff every day, and had more than 5 encounters with the police that they were interviewed for more than 2 hours each time, I'd have a hard time remembering. Most of his answers on the stand have been, I do not recall. Okay, right quick, we're going to get back to this so we can get into the articles I want y'all to see and what I found.
Feel that you were pressured by the state to testify?
I feel like I was pressured by both sides, the state and the defense.
Okay. And is it true that you told me in front of these jurors a couple of weeks ago you felt pressured to testify?
And I still, right now, I feel pressured to testify because it's not like I'm up here to be. It's not. I can't sit here and tell y'all. I can't sit here and tell y'all nothing. I don't know what y'all want me. I don't know what y'all looking for. I didn't see nobody kill nobody. I didn't see nobody rob nobody. I didn't see none of these boys do anything. I did some stupid things. I got caught for the stupid things that I was doing, and I just went from there. Like I didn't. And then y'all got me up here, and I done told y'all before y'all put me up here. Y'all can't talk to me on like a Tuesday or something. And you can't talk to me in the streets. And I told you, like, I lied. And I told you that. And then y'all still brought me in here.
Isn't it true that you did not want to testify because you don't want to deal with the reality of being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hilton, I was been labeled a snitch way before I had to come to trial when y'all linked that video out to the social media. So the world look at me as a snitch no matter what goes on to this day. But me coming here, like I have put my faith in God's hands. And I come here and I let it be known. I guess got no choice but to be letting know to y'all now that I have told y'all time after time that I done lied.
And a snitch is someone who actually tells the truth, correct?
Listen, Miss Hilton, like, I mean, like, I feel like I got the world on my back now. You asking me.
Just got to stop for a minute and let me say, J.R. Nana Boomer, I understand, baby. I do. I call them brain farts all the time. So I fully understand how you feel. and where you're coming from. When it comes to that. Okay, I just had to pause it for a minute. So, transformative purposes for YouTube streets. Here we go to the end.
These questions, like, I don't know, man. Like, y'all draining me. I mean, like, for real. It's different if I sat here and seen somebody commit a crime, and then I saw them with my own eyes do this, and then I get in here and say, I didn't see them do that. Y'all want me to sit here and say, oh, the stories that I have put on other people's, and I didn't. Like, I would not do that. Like, and Lord knows I want to be with my family and my kids, but if y'all gonna put me back in jail because I won't sit right here and tell y'all what y'all believe to be whatever y'all want me to say. Like, I mean, I don't want to go to jail.
Okay, real quick, you guys. I know y'all love chatting with each other in the chat, and I don't mind, and I love it. I love that y'all love talking to each other. But coming up is the part that I really want everybody to hear. I want it noted that he's in front of the jury, he's in front of the judge, he's in front of the prosecution, he's in front of the cameras, he's in front of the world. This is being televised for the entire world to see. And he is about to tell on the stand under oath that he was denied basic human rights in a jail less than 2.5 hours from my house in the United States of America. And if that don't piss you off, if you don't believe for an instant that it could be me or you, you better recognize, because these are people with money and power and influence, and they're sitting 2 years without a bond or better, based on the word of this man right here. It even came out during the videos that they played earlier that the entire investigation started with him. And he just told us he lied. He's told them all the time he lied. For years, he's told them he lied. His words were, I figured out what they wanted me to tell them about, and I made up a story. You can ask me to make up a story about President Trump right now, and I'll have you one if it'll get me out of jail. I'll make up one about you if it'll get me out of jail, talking to the woman with the glasses and the braids right there. He said he'd tell another story about Thug coming out of the courtroom if it got him out of jail. And that was during his testimony and answers to the prosecution during the trial in the past 30 days that he said that. His words were, I finessed my way out of my charges. And he did on multiple occasions. And sometimes he got arrested. But he ain't never done state time. He did fed time, but he ain't never done state time. He's done little stints in the county jail, and he done a nice long one in the federal penitentiary, but he ain't never been charged by the state of Georgia. Just saying. Now let's hear this. I want you guys and the rest of the world to hear this and understand why it burns my ass so bad. And the judge just flippantly, when the defense attorneys brought it up, well, I don't know if it's true. Okay, investigate it. Investigate it. You don't think that's witness coercion? First of all, they took away his Smith. They subpoenaed him under the threat of arrest to be there to testify. That's one. Two, they took away his right to take the Fifth Amendment and put him in jail to make him testify. First, they told him he would have to sit in jail for more than 2.5 years because this trial alone is supposed to take possibly to the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. And the indictment was issued in 2020. That's okay. Facts. Then told him he'll have to wait until all 26 co-defendants' trials are fully adjudicated. And while he was in jail, allegedly, according to him, he was deprived food, water, and outside contact, even with legal counsel, even with his preacher. Moved to a different jail without notification to his legal representation, family members, or anyone. And that's not witness coercion. And then the state, his original attorney was a man by the name of Melnick. Melnick told the state that what they were doing to his client was putting him in danger of being unalived. The state shot back and said, we're not putting him in danger of being anything. Why is he in danger of being unalived? Because you're putting him out there as a star witness of someone you're claiming is the head of an organized crime unit. All the members, alleged members, are not incarcerated, not indicted, not charged, especially the one that allegedly created or co-created YSL, because Miss Fannie Willis was his defense attorney the last time he had to be in court, and now she's the district attorney bringing the RICO charges. Y'all don't think that none of this shit sounds like we're in an upside down world? Where they do that at? Fulton County, Georgia. Seeing all this and looking at the Trump case, is what made me have a slightly different opinion of Trump. And I do say slightly. Let's not forget Miss Fannie paid Nathan Wade nearly $650,000 to prosecute the Trump case when he didn't have the abilities, the education, and the wherewithal to do so, because he was her covert boyfriend while he was still married to his wife. Same person that the district attorney and prosecuting office on this case here. Why y'all think as soon, and let's not forget Doug's lawyer getting thrown in jail for contempt because he dared to question the judge about the illegal ex parte hearing and why he wasn't notified, or nobody on the team was notified. And you know when stuff changed? When over 150 criminal defense attorneys showed up and bombarded that courthouse, led by Ashley Merchant, the very one that outed all the stuff in the Trump RICO case that got it overturned, showed up in defense of Brian Steele, Young Thug's attorney. Everything seemed to change. By the way, that's up in front of the Georgia Supreme Court right now, and they've already put a stay on it. And they was real quick to grab that up. And as soon as that happened, all of a sudden, the judge was willing to comply with letting another judge look at it. And boom, as soon as another judge actually looked at it, they were nice and they played nice, because he's the head judge in Georgia right now. It's on a rotation. It's not based on merit. It's just a rotation. A lot of people don't understand that part. But currently, he's the head judge in Georgia. The Glanville that was here before, for those of you that don't know. And they basically, the other judge that reviewed it in Fulton County, that Glanville is their superior, said, and I'm paraphrasing in my opinion, paraphrasing here, she basically said that she really didn't see bias, but the appearance of bias, and to uphold the public's belief in the judicial system, it was best to take him off the case and put another judge on. That's basically what she said. Now, I'm going to say this, and I've said this before, nobody would respond to me. Glanville, from the beginning of the case, because I've been watching it for over a year now, up until he was removed, every time the defense would argue something, his response would be, well, take it up on appeal. The only way that you can go on appeal or have an appeal is if you're found guilty. So every time that he repeatedly in front of the jury said, take it up on appeal, he's telling the jury he thinks that them people are guilty. He held a Daubert hearing in front of the jury. That's unheard of. The type of ex parte meeting that was held without the defense is unheard of. The violation of, I know 3 instances off the top of my head of the prosecution of showing and playing video, audio, picture evidence that the judge had already ruled they couldn't is an immediate mistrial. None of those have been granted. Even if they're convicted, they'll go up for an appeal, but an appeal can take 5 to 7 years because they're denying immediate appeal. And these gentlemen have to sit in jail in Fulton County, aka Rice Street, which has been stated is one of the worst jails in the United States, definitely the worst in Georgia. Multiple ones of them have already been not pew-pewed, but knifed up. Several people unalived. And Miss Love ain't a good person. I've looked into her past. What she did to a person with special needs, and that person passed away in jail, I wouldn't be able to hold my head up. That's my opinion. And I'll show y'all that case at a later time. I'm getting riled up. I just want y'all to hear this. Sorry.
Yeah, but man, at this point, I don't, man, y'all got me, man. I don't know, man. I can't sleep at night. Like, I tell you, y'all hold me in jail. Don't feed me. Don't give me water. Like, I just don't know. Like, every time I walk in this door, I pray and hope walk back out this door. I just want to be left alone. I paid for my punishment, and I done told y'all for y'all put me right here in this seat, time after time. I told Judge Glanville in his office. I done told everybody. I can tell, and I'm telling you to your face. I know you don't have anything to do with you doing your job, but I've been nice to you, and I've been telling you that you can't put me up here, and I told you I done made it up. Okay. It's a difference if I seen one of these guys actually do something and you ask me, did they do it? If you ask me, did they do something that I actually saw them do it? And I would tell you, yeah, I saw him do that. Yeah, I was with him when he did that. But this is not the case.
And you just told police what Demikian told you, correct?
I told the police anything to get them off of me. I was going through a phase. People were shooting at me while I had my kid. And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole fucking life. Just I give a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all.
No, stay here. Come here. Stay on the stand. Take some breaths. Calm down.
And once he finishes his breath, Your Honor, state, we conclude our questioning, Your Honor.
How old is this girl?
Okay. I hope that you guys are able to hear that. Sorry, I'm refreshing. And I'm eating one of Jeremiah's gummy frogs. I wanted something sweet, so that I couldn't stand it, and that was the closest I had to anything. I've had oatmeal and toast for 3 days now, and I'm out of toast. So I guess it's just going to be oatmeal. I'm trying to open this up real quick, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, click link. Okay. I'm trying to see why this thing won't load. Okay, the story loaded, so I don't really care about the other part. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just getting this queued up and it's moving slow motion. Okay. So we're changing gears. True crime. I don't think that was Georgia. Alright. Why is it not showing? I got a potty like it's 1999, y'all. Oh, I'm trying. I wanted to get this up on the screen. And I'm going to run to the ladies real quick as soon as I can get this. Okay. Should be popping up soon. Okay, guys. Sorry. Took me a second. I apologize. Had to go potty, and then I got a text about a little matter real quick. She looked it up. It was Mississippi. Cool. I was trying to do that and pull this up and answer the phone and use the ladies' room. It wasn't working well. So right quick before I do this, so just so everybody knows, a new thing that I've started, and I was saying I got off track. I was telling about the lead attorney and learning that through his classes. One of the things he taught me was to highlight the comments and I'm trying to learn how to turn the chat on. I think that's because I'm using the free version of the Restream or something in YouTube. I'm not sure. I may need more watch time hours. I'm trying to find that part out now, and I do apologize. I'm working on that. Also, so super chat, super stickers, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever. Any donations that come through that, I will highlight them and shout y'all out either during the live stream or if it's in the replay crew. It'll be shouted out during the next live stream or video upload as well, unless you just don't want it, as well as during the live stream. Whoever, like the other one I had the other night, I had a $50 super chat. That person, there's a banner that's after that came through that scrolls across the bottom of the screen that will be telling everybody that person is the sponsor of our live stream, simply because those donations do help me pay for services that I need to be able to stream. So you understand what I'm going through, True Crime. I think it has to do with watch time hours. I think you have more watch time hours than I do, because I'm in the hundreds, not thousands. So you're doing great. But I have noticed, just like with membership numbers, the watch time hours and stuff, like I'll look at it at 9 o'clock in the morning, and let's say it's 2,000. And then I look at it at 7 in the evening, and it's 1,300. And I'm like, what the heck? That's what I'm figuring, that you have to have so many subscribers, watch time hours, something of that nature. YouTube holds out stuff, can't sell merch until you hit a certain level or been around so long or whatever. But I will say this. I'm not a true crime person. I'm not covering missing persons cases. I will no longer be maligned for asking for donations or whatever to support the channel and the growth. Why these creators that want to drag somebody for saying that, some of which did, and then turned right around and put their little Cash App up in their show? How you gonna talk junk about me doing it and then you turn around and doing it? But whatever. That being said, why are they not over at the lead attorney hollering at him when he'll tell y'all he makes close to $170,000? Sometimes in a month through YouTube, and still they donation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tired of that. Take that shit somewhere else. I ain't got no time for you. And I mean it. I really don't. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not trying to do none of that. But everybody's time is worth something. And I don't want to be a part of the true crime community. I am a part of the YouTube community. Put me whatever category you want. I always choose entertainment or podcasting, depending on which resource I'm using. And I just talk about the things that interest me and that hopefully interest others. Usually it's injustices that I see or misapplication of law, misuse, however you want to put it. I apologize. This ain't letting me load it with the full pictures for this article, but I do think this article is important. And then I'm going to show you others, multiples. So the title of this article is TBI makes second arrest in multinational. You see the rest. And this is actually not the one I even meant to pull up. Shit. That's weird, because that is not. Wow. So have they scrubbed the one that just happened on the 24th of August? Wow, because I did email that to myself as well, and it's changed. Y'all, I'm having a moment. I do apologize, but it's changed. But we'll go through. TBI makes second arrest in multinational. I want y'all to read this. Rumen trafficking ring tied to Middle Tennessee. Can y'all let that sit for just a minute? And for those that think, oh, that's Murfreesboro. That ain't, y'all. Multinational ring with ties to Tennessee. Just stay with me, because every one of these stings that they've run and arrests that they've done, it ain't just people from Tennessee. I've seen them from Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, Georgia, all over, everywhere surrounding and further away. I just think there's some names here. And remember what we were talking about with the Sinaloa. That's right. 7 states border Tennessee. That's right. 7. And in there, Tennessee has the highway that goes straight up the east coast of the United States, and then another one that goes from the east coast to the west coast, major highways. I think it's important for all of us, and I think if you really look, hey, Miss Tracy, welcome. If you really look, you'll see an uptake in the stings, arrest, bust, however you want to put it, since Summer went missing. But let's look at this one real quick. An ongoing joint investigation into a multinational criminal organization linked to HT, is what I'm going to call it, in Middle Tennessee has led to the arrest of a second person from Murfreesboro. In the fall of 2023, special agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation assigned to TBI specialized HT unit developed information that led to the arrest of, I don't know how you say his name, Yulbeth Rivero de Caldra. I wonder if I can got a screen reader on here, y'all. I have no idea. I might not. No, it don't, I don't think. If it does, I don't know how to do it. How about that? Anyway. On charges connected to the HT of Hispanic female immigrants in the Nashville area for commercial sex. Okay. On Wednesday, the TBI says, with the partnership of the FBI, Homeland Security, Metro Nashville Police Department, and the United States Marshal Service, arrested 34-year-old Clavier Daniel Moto Rivero in Nashville. So we got Murfreesboro and Nashville. The TBI says Moto Rivero is a confirmed member of the criminal organization Tren de Argra with ties to Venezuela. Y'all remember that name in future broadcasts, by the way, and those ties. Moto Rivero was booked into the Davidson County Jail on 2 counts of HT for a commercial SEX act and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His bond is set at $375,000. Okay. I'm hoping that what I'm looking for is going to be down here. It's easy. I want y'all to just look, by the way, we just scroll down through here at articles. It's pretty easy to find another article about it. Okay, I clicked. Why are we not doing nothing? It's moving in slow motion, baby. All right. Here's the one that I wanted to start off with and work my way back, but oh well. It is what it is. Okay. So this is 6 Middle Tennessee men arrested in TBI HT operation. Okay. This was August 22nd of this year. Just a few days ago, you guys. In Clarksville, Tennessee. Some of those of you from Tennessee can help me because I'm not sure straight off the gate where Clarksville is. So I understand it's in the middle Tennessee area. Everybody's going to say, well, you know, some of his cases in the mountains. I understand that. But ain't we heard someone connected to her case repeatedly talk about going to Nashville and Knoxville, Arkansas? I mean, and we're going to Google something too after we check out a few of these reports, especially this one. I'm just saying, I don't think that we should just automatically count certain stuff out because it didn't happen right down the street. And people's going to get mad at me for something I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it because I ain't never been one to hold my tongue. All these people that come at me and all the mouth y'all got and everything else, and I might offend somebody with what I'm about to say, and I apologize if I hurt anybody's feelings. It's not specific. But how y'all going to come at me? I'm not the YouTuber that married a suspect or a person of interest. I'm the person that said I don't want to interview and talk with and have any association with persons of interest in any missing person or other case. Just saying. I just think a lot of children deserve better. I don't even want to just say Summer deserved better, but she did. Please don't take it as I'm saying she did. It's not what I'm saying. A whole lot of kids deserve better than what the hell they get right now. And our government, not just parents, so at certain points, a parent's hands are tied. Take it however you want to. 20 years ago, you could pop your kid's ass or mouth. If your kid looked at you and told you FUB, you could pop their mouth. Do it now, and you're going to jail. Part of what's going on, in my opinion, all Anita's opinion in this country, can go back to the decentralization of the family unit. Take it however you want. It started in the 1950s, 60s, when the first thing was divorce is okay. It's okay to be a single parent. Nobody needs a daddy. You can do it all on your own. And I may have some views that people don't agree with. And I'm going to say something right now. I believe everybody has their individual beliefs and rights to do what they want to do, as long as it's not infringing upon someone else and hurting someone else. I don't believe certain things that are moral, ethical, and religious choices should be adjudicated by our government. So, now, I'm not talking about unaliving somebody or, animals or stuff like that. I'm not that. That's just wrong, period. That's not what I'm talking about. If you have to be 18 to pick up a gun and fight for your country, and I probably just got kicked off YouTube for saying the GUN thing. If you've got to be 21 to drink a beer and alcohol or to smoke a cigarette in this country, you got to be 18 to get an ear piercing, a body piercing, or a tattoo. But hey, at the age of 10 or 12, you can change from a male to a female or a female to a male. What's wrong with that picture? I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm not making that judgment for anybody at all. If my youngin', I wouldn't love my child any less. It couldn't change my heart in that matter. But I know at the age of 12 or 13, I know what I was going to be doing at the age of 25 and feeling. That's all I'm saying. Agreed, Tracy. My point is, if you look at media and television, they have, in the entertainment industry as a whole, since the 1960s, they have influenced how we, especially in the Western civilization, how we think and live our lives on what is good, bad, accepted, and not accepted. Oh, wow, Ray, that's crazy. Well, Betty got out, Ernie went in, I guess, huh? Again, I think, honestly, if I have to be honest, and I have to look at it from a legal, no, I did not hear, I hate to hear that. If Dolly had a heart attack, my heart goes out to him and my prayers. Y'all put praying hands and hearts up there for Dolly if he's had a heart attack event. I wish that on nobody. And I have no beef with him. We've always remained rather cordial. I really ain't had no beef with Betty or Ernie, really. Honestly, the people that I've had beef with were the people who knowing what I know, I feel like we're afraid of being exposed as frauds. But that's just my opinion. A stent. Okay, good. So hopefully it was just a single artery and not like a quintuple or quadruple or something. The good news is if they caught it in time, that a stent will fix the problem. There's a lot of headway, a lot of good hospitals. He's in the Virginia area. He's near Duke Medical Center in North Carolina. It's not that far. Trust and believe that. It's about an 18 and a half minute. What's up, Miss Bambi? It's about an 18 and a half minute chopper ride from platform to platform. And between Duke, who also runs Glenar Fry, it's not named that anymore because Duke owns it, runs it, in a neighboring town, they've made some excellent, from the Widowmaker, Dev. I know exactly what you mean there. That's the thing, you guys. I know it's going to sound real weird. The blood disorder I have, my red blood cells are balls. They bust. So for every 100 white cells I make, I have maybe 20, 25 red cells that survive. So, hey, darling, September, we missed you. So, anytime I get blood work done, it looks like my white cell count's extremely high and my platelet count's high. The good thing is that she said, I'm sorry, I just read down about making pine needles and being in the shower. Sorry. Anyway, okay, guys, it should be back. I don't know what happened. I lost everything that I was doing. This is crazy. Got to get my share back up. Anyway, welcome to my world. Okay. I'm trying to find my phone. September, I'm trying to give. I de-rinsed everybody, and this is the first time that you've been in a chat. And it won't let me do that. Since I had done that. Because I think I had somebody that was invisible deleting people. True story, Lil Dev. Anyway, I didn't get sick a lot because my blood's thicker. The problem is the older I get, your blood is thick, your heart's been working triple or quadruple time for 45, 48 years, and you start having respiratory issues and heart issues. Hence the family medical history of stroke and heart attack. Oh, okay. Take care of the puppy babies, the baby puppies. Ain't nothing like them. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying. I'm trying to get. Lord is asking me to be a member. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, September. Because you're raking in the dark. You don't want to know. We used to have a code around here raking leaves. My mom, a family member, went to rake leaves and ended up with a baby 9 months later. So watch out, September. Okay, guys, I'm going to bring, hopefully I can get my share screen back. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what just occurred that really shut down everything. Yep, I wasn't joking, September. Okay, this is weird, you guys. Just bear with me. Everything is blank. There we go. Finally. Kinda, maybe. I'm having. Nope, I'm still in Mama's house right now, y'all. I told everybody, and I have stood by what I've said, that I'm trying to save the house. At this point, there's some things going on that I can't really talk about publicly because I don't want to give the opposing side an upper hand and reveal everything. Lacey's car is kind of still in Mama's name and holding a lot of things up. So I'm just dealing with that one day at a time right now. It wasn't a membership. September, I just gave you a winch though. It's a lot, little Dev. Someday I'll be free to tell y'all everything. I'll put it this way. Somebody that'll remain nameless that was allegedly a close family friend, whatever, made up a letter, I guess, and sent it to the mortgage company as they were me, and thought they were going to do me harm. But it actually ended up benefiting me. All right, Miss Carrie, thank you. We don't have much more left in the broadcast. Anyway, guys, I want to go over this. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation reports that 6 men, and this is August 22nd, 2024, this is just a few days ago, have been charged in HT case in Clarksville. One of the accused is a former football assistant coach at APSU. And guys, in this article, you're going to find out he ain't long been former, okay? Former in my opinion, would be before he knew he was going to get charged. And I very doubt that when y'all see this date. So let's get with it. The agency reports the undercover operation, which included the Clarksville Police Department, took place over the span of 2 days last week. Investigators placing decoy ads, where have we seen that before, on websites known to be for people seeking ladies of the night and commercial, you see it, 6, frequent. The operation specifically focused on persons seeking 6 with minors. The result was the arrest of 6 men ranging in ages from 25 to 42 years old. TBI lists the arrest as follows. Franklin Poe, date of birth 8399, Memphis. I want y'all to look at the specific counts, okay? It's ST or HT for S, servitude. I've never seen that as a case or as a charge before. And I just wanted to know if any of y'all have seen that before and what y'all thought about it. I found it kind of interesting. Then you go to Andre Johnson, date of birth 3290, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. 1 count each. Possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, solicitation of a minor, T for SS, we'll call it the servitude one. And look at these bonds. They're up there, y'all. Deshaun Ramey, 11/22/91, Clarksville, 1 count of the SS. James Francis, 9/2/81, Clarksville, 1 count promoting PR or Ladies of the Night. Yeah, he did. He really enjoyed it. Thank you. Then we go to Patrick Kugler, 2795 Clarksville. This S servitude, only a $5,000 bond for him. Wonder why. Anthony Rice, 6292, 2 counts, S servitude. And the school released the following statement regarding Mr. Kugler's arrest. Says, Austin Peay State University is aware of the arrest of former football assistant coach Patrick Kugler, who resigned his position on Sunday, August the 18th. These charges came out on August the 22nd, 4 days later. So when he resigned on the 18th, he knew what time it was. Y'all can't tell me he didn't. I call BS. The Clarksville Police Department are the lead authorities for the arrest, and any additional questions should be directed to them. Austin Peay will have no further comments on the matter. Let's see. There's a search bar for fuck 17. Hold on. Y'all, I'm sorry, it's just moving slow motion. I can't make it go no faster. Let's see if I can search. Great. The page is locked up, of course. I'm trying to refresh what I'm looking at. And you'll see the box keeps coming up. Okay. Oh. All right, let's just see what comes up. I didn't see what September Virgo's being thanked for, you guys. I'm so sorry. You give me just a second. I'm so confused. I just got a weird text. Sorry. Okay, weird. Sorry. um okay. Just well, okay. I'm looking for something, sorry. Uh, we got I just want to say something because everybody says that it's just a certain part of Tennessee. This is just Fox 17 out of Nashville that I checked, okay? We got Middle Tennessee, you got Hickman County, Sevier County, and yeah, I know it's 2 years ago, but I just want I'm really 3 years ago, 150 missing children recovered by TBI and U.S. Marshals in the Nashville, coming out of the Nashville area. Another 90 remain. One was identified as a HT victim, and 4 others, and I went through all of it, but 14 arrested and booked in Hamilton County Jail after a joint HT operation. We got Chattanooga, Tennessee, Springfield, Tennessee, Spring Hill, Smyrna, and it's just one news channel out of Nashville. I want y'all to understand that because I just chose local. And I just did human. Let's see what happens if I change it to child. There's a reason that I want people to see this and understand. See, we got Middle Tennessee soccer coach. It's Franklin. And of course, Hickman. Here we go. blank again. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. The Ep person comes up, then the Franklin. Then here we go. Hero Tennessee mom helps bust a predator trying to purchase her child in Middle Tennessee. It doesn't specify where. Inglewood, this woman, 18 counts. Knoxville, a registered SO found guilty of crimes involving children. And I read this one. He did it while he was out on bond, y'all. 100, and here's the 100. The children. Then you got Lindsay L., the country singer out of Nashville, talking about what she went through as a victim and survivor. Poor baby. 2 arrested for ST in Nashville. 36 arrested in Tennessee in nationwide sting of suspected online child SOs. 36 of them came from Tennessee area. It don't say middle or wherever. It's all over Tennessee. I want to make a point that shines a light on the fact that all around the time, 12 months before and ever since, look at all these busts. Renewed efforts to crack down on ST during sporting events in Nashville, Tennessee. TBI HT sting nets 22 arrests of men seeking with minors in Brentwood. That's Nashville, Tennessee. Middle Tennessee man solicits S from minor. Brings his baby with him. Murfreesboro. Tennessee arrests a man arrested after attempting to pay mom cash for S with 7-year-old in Nashville. Clarksville man charged with trafficking. Exposing child SE slave in Tennessee. In Nashville, slave for 6 years at age 12. Tennessee woman shares how it happens. Uncovering Nashville's sex slave underworld. Don't tell me that it's not happening. Don't tell me that it's not possible. Now, until I went and looked into this, I didn't know. Davidson County DA creates unit to prosecute HT cases. Let me say something. Here's my problem. Let me ask you a question, and I want a real answer here. Seeing all this going on in the Middle Tennessee area where allegedly Daddy Dearest and male neighbor, according to JSB, Candace and Don himself, and several other sources, often disappeared to entertain their proclivities and habits. And we know Don has some strange ones, hence the lady panties. The crackety crack, crack, crack. You're going to sit here and tell me that you don't remember him talking about being in a place where trafficking was occurring of minors? The story, the girl we picked up, took home in California, all that. You think he ain't seen that in Knoxville and Nashville? I mean, real talk. I'm dead serious. Dead serious. Oh, I love the Deception Detective. And you know what? He and I agree on one thing. I think he does too, true crime. Absolutely. That's what I was about to say. He has said in almost every case that he has analyzed that he has been able to roll that out. At least, more than 75%. And he can't in this case. Why? Why? How many parents how many of you guys are parents and grandparents listening to me right now? I want you to ask and answer, if you can, this question. How many of y'all could really, really, really say that y'all have experienced being in, know about that kind of situation as a parent? Oh yeah, I knew all about that. Look at the number of children missing on a regular basis in the state of Tennessee and not found and recovered. And compare it to other states surrounding them. Look at the number of HT busts involving minors in the state of Tennessee and compare it to the ones surrounding them. Wouldn't you think that Tennessee would be smaller than, like, I don't know, New York? The whole state? I mean, just when you look at per capita, the number of the amount of population comparison, it should be. There should be more wrecks. There should be more unalivings. There should be more robberies. Right? Because there's more people. So why isn't there? Why are there more kids missing in Tennessee than New York? Why are there more busts for HT in Tennessee than in New York? Why? I want to know that answer. I don't have the answer. Please don't take it that way. And everybody's, why did you get involved in that case? Why were you just talking about it? He was an illegal drug dealer, don't 3. Oh my God. Of course. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to be unpopular probably too. I've seen these damn commercials about sanctuary cities and all this shit. I'm going to tell y'all something. The state I live in and the county I live in, we have a poultry processing plant that's been here. I'm 52, about to be 53, okay? You got that right, September. It's that highway, like I said, the one that goes straight up the East Coast and another one that intersects like a T. But here's the thing. That poultry processing plant I was talking about, first, it was Hispanic population that was being bussed in, and I mean bussed in, put up in the rat hole motels that the locals refused to go to, the roach motels we called them. One of them's been bulldozed down in the last 10 years. That was going on. I am 52, about to be 53 in April. I remember that plant and the stench that it puts out along the whole county pretty much, and especially in the downtown and city area. That beautification project went to hell when that suckers are moving in the middle of the summertime. The reason I bring it up is because this migrant crisis, it's something my area has been facing for 50 years. Because first it was the Hispanic population. More recently, it was the Islanders, Pacific Islanders. If you don't know, I don't know how to tell you. Because that's what I was told by the individuals themselves that they're referred to as, that their nationality, Pacific Islander. Great individuals, great people, and I'm not saying nothing bad about them at all. They are not U.S. national citizens. I've been in that bitch more times than I can tell you. Damn sure more fingers and toes than I got. And I can tell you of at least 3 occasions within the past 7 years, 5 of them before there was the sanctuary cities and the open borders, even during Rump's reign, that a van full of illegals was pulled over on Interstate 40 right about mile marker number 112, right before exit number 113, taking you to Valdez Hospital. Want to know? I'll tell it. What happened? They impounded the van. It was a white van, you know, the one that looks like the SO van. Come get some candy or look at my puppy. That kind of van. That about 70 people was packed into like sardines. Do you know what they did? They impounded the van and took it and left them all sitting on the side of the fucking highway. And yeah, I said effing, because that irks my soul. Not one person was turned over to ICE. They refused to come and take them. Nobody was going to jail. It was somebody else's problem. They left walking. Ain't as weird as you think, little Dev. I've done my research. I know some stuff. Yep. Old school, solid white man with one of the little bubble fish windows. Sure enough. And I know it's true. I saw it. I watched it. State Highway Patrols who pulled him over along with the Burke County Sheriff's Office. If they want to comment, come on down. It was in the newspaper. They showed him walking up the hill towards the exit ramp through the grass and the trees off the side of the highway. No arrests were made except the driver of the vehicle was taken into custody. They were told there wasn't room for them, that ICE didn't have room for them at the time. There wasn't no room at them for the jail. But by God, you let your ass steal something from Walmart and they'll find room for you in jail. Bet you that. Oh, I agree with you, September. It's ridiculous. And allegedly, just so I can give equal hate to both sides of the spectrum on our political world, let me tell you, allegedly, the Bidenites and the Kamalas, the reason they want the borders open and all of the illegals in is because they're allowed to vote. And I have seen, just like I told y'all about the expose about 2025 and the hidden cameras and the interviews and what was told, and that Trump knew all about it, was involved, and that the people that chair the committee that compiled Proposition 2025 were 90% of them were members of Trump's team and cabinet during his 2016 presidency. Just like I tell you that and keep it a band, I'm going to keep it a band on the Dems. Allegedly, and according to a hidden camera expose by BBC once again, multiple foreign nationals, however you want to address them, illegals, migrants, whatever, that are in the hotels and the camps that are set up, that now New York City is raiding for weapons and contraband and drugs, were interviewed. And they're registered to vote. 9 out of 10 that were approached and able to understand were eligible to vote. And said Democrat. In my opinion, the lobbyists control them all. They ain't a good choice. And that sucks. Our infrastructure is going to fail. Democracy will fail. Capitalism will fail. I think we all should exercise our right to vote. I don't give a damn if you write your dog's name in, or your cat, or your grandchild. Vote for somebody. Let them know that we don't appreciate the bullshit they're doing out there. Vote. Express it. Real talk. I'm an independent too, September. I've been a registered, nonpartisan, independent since I was able to vote at 18 years old. And I remain that way. And if I get one more stupid text from the Trump campaign and everybody tell me I'm not registered to vote, I'm going to scream, because I am. No, they don't. I agree, September. My sentiments exactly. I'm just waiting on your comment to be highlightable. Sorry. I agree 1,000,000% with this sentiment right here. I don't, once they get what they want from us, they don't give a shit about us. I've never had one of them. They can text me to tell me I ain't registered to vote. They can text me to ask me about a damn survey on who I'm going to vote for, but they can't ask me if I'm hungry. They can't ask me if my dog needs food. They can't ask me if I have medical care and I'm able to see a doctor even with their stupid ass free insurance. They ain't asked me how satisfied I am with what the hell they're doing, and do I feel like that they're representing me. Agreed, true crime. Agreed. I feel like it's all a staged play to distract us from other shit that's really important that's happening, and to make us feel like we have some control over what's going on around us. Real stuff. And my views on politics may be off-putting to some, and I do apologize. And I respect anybody else's thoughts and opinions, and I'm willing to hear them thoroughly and respect them. I don't respect idolization of any political or entertainment figure. The only person we should idolize is our Lord, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Please understand that. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It just means it belongs to me. It's mine. You know, it is. It's pitiful and ridiculous at the same time. I thoroughly agree. I understand that. You're right, Mouth South. It could be worse. It could be. But let's portray it for what it really is. You know? Let's portray it for what it really is and put it in a real light. Let's not sugarcoat shit. It's not fair to our children and our grandchildren. I would love to leave this world a better place for little man than it was for me. But that's not how the hell it's working right now. Can anybody say that it's easier to buy a house right now than it was for my mama? Your chances of owning land and a home, if you don't already own family land and a home that's passed down, are pretty slim to none. Unless you're in a higher, earning bracket. Right. We rocked against Reagan. I remember that, true crime. Rock the vote. I remember Rock the Vote. Reaganomics. If y'all don't know what Reaganomics is, be thankful. Be thankful. And I'm going to tell you why I say be thankful. Reaganomics was so influential. So influential in this country. And harsh on a lot of people in this country. That in college economics class, I had a full year and 2 semesters devoted to Reaganomics and trickle down Reaganomics. God, I don't miss that at all. Yeah, I didn't even see it. Look, as I said it, True Crime popped it up. Trickle down. And you know what it means? Trickle down means basically, and I'm going to paraphrase my opinion of it from my college education. It means that at the top, they had a big old funnel that was wide open. And at the bottom, we had the little silo that comes out the bottom of the funnel. And we getting the drips that's coming out the funnel while they eating out the big full bowl. It trickled down to us eventually. Right, True Crime. Except the brunt of the tax. We still, the lower class, middle class, whatever class you want to call us, because there really ain't no middle class no more. You either poor or you're not. Well, Mouth of the South, let me address that too. And I'm not supporting Bionomics by no means. Please don't say that or even believe that. But let me say this, Mouth of the South. Also, when Reagan was president, minimum wage was $4.15 an hour where I live. Now, it's minimum wage is now $7.75 an hour for full time, and the average wage in my town is about $12 an hour. So, when you compare those, kind of, makes sense. But let me say, it ain't got shit to do with the president. You need to be talking to your Congress and your senators and your governors if you really want to fix what's going on with the prices that you're paying at the grocery store. And people might not want to hear it, but it does start with your local politicians. When you're talking Mouth of the South, when you go through an economics class, the first thing they'll teach you is inflation. Price point is also based on your economic stability and ability to support oneself. And your minimum wage that's being paid to workers is a direct correlation, allegedly, to the prices those workers are paying for goods and services. Dude, y'all, listen, I got all excited because, and I've got an expose on that Mouth of the South about the greedy people and collusion. Our government right now, how sucky they are actually in the process. There's a company called Agristat. Tyson is one of the big companies that everybody knows the name of that's mentioned in this class action lawsuit that our government right now, the state of Michigan, is who is spearheading this lawsuit against these companies. And it's about price fixing to get, let's say you have the 3 top companies in chicken and pork processing, okay? Agristat prepared reports that listed the top 15 companies that sell at all major outlets. and what they were charging per pound for chicken and pork. Then they provided those reports at a fee to all those companies, allowing and even sending emails pointing out the price point differences between different companies. Like to Tyson, they might have said Carolina, and that's a company I made up. Okay? Literally, they sent an email to Tyson saying, you are level with this competitor. You're charging 14 cents a pound less than this competitor. So you can up your price by 14 cents and still be competitive. And that's exactly what they did. Wait until I show you what they do to bind meat scraps back together to make them look whole again and sell it to you. Like it's a whole, steak, filet, breast, whatever. Boneless, of course. It looks like dry ice and glitter mixed together. They have to wear thick-ass gloves. You can't get it on your skin, but we're cooking and eating it. Yep, meat glue, little Dev. Absolutely. It's called meat glue. And it's real. And it's real fucking scary. And we wonder why we're all sick and why all these new forms of diseases are coming. There isn't a middle class anymore. I agree. Fully. And everything is so expensive you can't afford to eat. How well I know. I was so extremely excited it's weird. It took your meat glue got edited out on my screen, little Deb. That's weird. Sorry, it just kind of threw me. Wild. Anyway, I was so excited when I got my food stamps, $291. I thought, oh my gosh, I'll be able to eat. I won't have to worry. Y'all, I was ready to cry. Like some eggs, some oatmeal, some sugar. Oh no, you don't got to remove it. Heck no, leave it up there. I don't know why that Restream edited out. YouTube did, so I don't know what the deal is. Whatever. That's exactly what I was talking about. Dude, Mouth of South, I wish I could get hens and a rooster and have a garden and everything else. That I need a gun to go hunt. I sold the what I had to pay bills. Anyway, that's $290, right? That's what I get, true crime. And I was all excited. Dude, I walked out of Dollar General, y'all, and I swear on everything, I spent like $170. And I had 5 little bags that wasn't full. Like the only meat I got was a pack of bologna. A TV dinner was $3. Let me show you. I want to show y'all. If y'all ain't seen that, I want to show y'all this. This is going to be the last thing I do before I say goodnight. I want to show y'all this video of the $3 meal. Sorry, I'm trying to get it up. I haven't been able, I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't been able to make a cake or nothing else. I'm lucky to have an egg sandwich. It's probably for about 3 days now. It's either oatmeal and toast or an egg sandwich, and I'm out of toast. So I know Aldi's is far away. I have to walk. It's a I think it's 4.4 miles each way to the nearest Dollar General. And my neighbors, I ain't gonna front to you. I've debated in the middle of the night raiding my neighbor's chicken coop. $200 don't buy shit these days, and it's sad because I guess for a week or two I'll eat good, and then for 2 weeks I'll starve. I don't know how else to do it. The struggle is real, and without transportation, it gets realer. I live in an area where we don't have public transport. I would for homegrown eggs. You got that right, Mouth of the South. Not these treated crap. I'm with you on that. We agree. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to mute and play the video real quick and let y'all see my Michelina's TV dinner. Shoot, they won't share. They won't share. They greedy. He would rather dispose of them and throw them away before he'd give me one. I'm going to have to go in here and make some dog food for the dog right now. Okay, here we go. Let me show y'all this video. Come on, Michelina's. You got to do better for $3. Less than 5 inches of meat and mashed potatoes for $3. McDonald's does better. Come on, Michelina's. You got to do better for $3. Less than 5 inches of meat and mashed potatoes for $3. McDonald's does better. Yep, Mouth of the South. I have rice. I have dried pintos. And that's one of the things I'm cooking. I've been doing pasta and rice for the dog. You can even see the $2.99 sticker, by the way, on that Michelina's TV dinner. That was ridiculous. And just so everybody knows, no, I didn't purchase that. That was something that was bought and gave to me for a meal from a family friend before I got my stamps. I can't believe that was a $3 meal. I have become a vegan under protest because I can't afford meat. But I've got rice. I've got one bag of pinto beans, and I think I've got a bag of navy beans. And I got pasta. I made vegan pasta. I wish I had an onion. God, there's so much I could do. We got one Dollar General. I can't get to Sam's Club. I don't think people understand. Sam's Club, for me, is about an hour and 12 minutes away from where I live, the nearest one. The nearest Walmart is 17 to 18 minutes each way. Nearest, and this is all driving distances. Nearest Dollar General takes about 7 minutes to get there. Walking, it took me about an hour, 5 minutes maybe. Used to, if you had EBT, you could order free from Walmart. Now you have to pay to get the Walmart Plus. And then you can order free. Nobody wants what? I missed it. Nobody wants what? I missed what nobody wants. I'm about to go back. But listen, if I can find me a chicken and a rooster and some seeds, I'm going to plant a garden. I would love to plant me some, like, the spring onions, the kind that you get from the garden, and some tomatoes and some cabbage, some stuff like that. That's what I want. And then have me a chicken and some eggs. Shit, I'd be happy. The produce portion of the Dollar General we have that's nearby here, it's like, 5 miles. Banana, rice, applesauce, toast. Right? I don't have no banana, don't have no applesauce, and I don't have no toast. But I got the rice, and I got some peanut butter that I made. I made my own peanut butter from dry roasted almonds that I had gotten through a food giveaway, secondhand. And I made my own almond milk. Yep, you can. Oh, I love egg salad. Stop. Just wish I had some bread. Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to end this because one, it's getting late. And two, y'all making me hungry and I haven't got nothing to eat, really. And three, I don't want to use all my restream time up before the end of the month. Thank everybody for being here, for showing out and showing up. I'm going to go in here and try to fix me a little something. And I got to make some homemade dog food for the dog. So peace, love, and light. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next night. Love y'all. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys. And I want you to know that. Just scrolling through everybody's stuff to put it on the screen. As the stream ends. Later, y'all. I really am thankful for everybody being here. Please don't forget, hit that thumbs up. Double check that you're still subscribed, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people en masse. And share. The more interaction that you get, the more comments that you make on the replays and on the videos and thumbs up and all that, the better I do in the algorithm. And that's what makes or breaks the channel. And YouTube don't like me. Peace, love, and light. Thank you all for tuning in tonight.